I want to crack into when we should and shouldn't work for free because there's a lot of contradictory advice on this subject. Many years ago, I turned up to a freebie event at Jaeger on Regent Street where lots of women were talking about their careers, and the queen of advertising, Cilla Snowball, said that one of her greatest regrets was not taking more maternity leave. I was 5 or 6 months pregnant at the time, had some very deep conversations that night about babies and work and careers, and offered to write a blog for Management Today. That blog was totally unpaid, but it turned into a column after my baby came, Power Mums, Power Dads, which turned into a book, which turned into lots of speaking and writing opportunities, many of which were paid. Equally, I started a coven. Yes, there's definitely a story behind the name.
I'll get you, my pretty, and your little dog too.
Of witches who support each other through ups and downs and have been integral in some ways to surviving the pandemic. And of course this blog, which came out of the very, very darkest early days of lockdown when I didn't know who Casey Neistat was anyway, or that I needed a drone. We need a drone, right? We definitely need a drone.
What kind of man would do this to his own pet?
So, fine, do things for free. But of course there's also a huge backlash against doing anything unpaid. For Exposure on Twitter has nearly 250,000 followers, people sharing their experiences of being asked to do things unpaid and their unhappiness with that, totally understandable. There's a particular focus on women not doing things for free. $10 trillion worth of work is done unpaid by women in the world every year, so God knows do we need to add anything to that. And then you add in all of the social dimensions. Are we taking jobs away from other people who need them? Are we excluding people who should be paid? Are we devaluing the market? A lot to consider. Well, there's a quote that always comes to my mind about time, and it's often put into the gender debate, which is that men's time is diamonds and women's time is sand. And historically, if you look at traditional structures in society, women's time has been given voluntarily to lots of causes without great recognition, while men's time has been guarded much more highly. I mean, just look at a PTA if you want an example of this. What I take from all of this is giving away your time as sand is worthless. It devalues your time, it devalues whatever you do. I have a particular bugbear about people asking me to do things for free that don't even admit that they're for free in the request. It drives me absolutely insane. And I think generally that the things that you do day to day, if you're going to give them away for free, you've got to have a really, really considered reason about why you're doing that. And it may just be that exposure is not enough. There are loads of things that you might want to do for free, things that change you, allow you to try new things, allow you to meet new people, allow you to experiment. The rules are you've got to be able to stop at any time that you want to. You've got to have the capacity to do it, and it's got to be something that's kind of inside you that you want to give to the world. After the vlog on burnout, one of my lovely, lovely witches from the coven sent me a quote from Parker J. Palmer from the book Let Your Life Speak. And the quote says something like, "Your greatest gifts are those that you barely know that you possess." And what he talks about is the fact that we can renew ourselves when we give things that we have as our gifts and are easy to give. Those things make us positive. So what I take from all of this is that you've got to treat your time like diamonds. And if people ask you for it, they've got to value it, and you've got to value what you're giving. So if you want me to do something and you've got no budget, convince me why it's a great reason to do it. And if you have got budget, you know where I am. Next week, digital rules, the new ones, what's coming out in hybrid, how we're going to make it work, informed by some new books on the subject. I'll see you next Friday.